Hey, what's going on? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're talking about our air signs, our intellects, our Mr. Brains, or Mrs. Brains, our logical people. Let's see what the collective reading is for you for the month of February. As always, we're going to start with an oracle card. Okay, I love this deck, the Moonology deck. It's one of my favorite oracle cards. I just find it to be so straightforward, especially when you're doing a collective reading. All right, message of the energy that's coming in for the month of February. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Totally speaking to you. Okay. Totally speaking to you, Geminis. All my air signs, okay? Communication is key, and you guys are pretty good at communication. Sometimes you communicate too much. Alrighty. Let's take a look at your interpersonal house. We're talking about family, friends, relationships, possibly new loves. Those families that are made up of our tribes, remember, family doesn't have to be biological, right? Let's see. Two of Pentacles. All right, the Two of Pentacles. All right. So it looks like, so this could take many different meanings depending on, because it is a collective, so depending on how it means to you. It's a card of duality, two cards, right? You keep them balanced. So it could either be you're trying to juggle two relationships, right? Or maybe two people that you're interested in. Or, you know, you're trying to juggle between two friends. Maybe they're trying to pull you one way or the other. Well, you know, it could be, if it's a household thing, if it's a family thing, it could be that they're constantly pulling you from one thing to another, right? So the best example I could think of is, you know, your mother, oh, you're never here, you're never there, you never come see me. And then you got your friends, oh, you never call us, you'll never want to hang out. So you constantly feel like you're being pulled apart by people who love you. So this is a card of balance. This is a card that when it comes to interpersonal relationships, you need to maintain your balance, okay? There is, if you look, a little bit of choppy waters in the back. That indicates that when you are trying to maintain this balance, sometimes emotionally, it can cause some emotional upheaval for you, okay? So this can kind of be taxing on you, and you know, but it's good. Just so for the month of February, just try to keep a balance between your relationships and your heart, you know, and you know, don't let things become too emotional for you. Don't let, you know, people make you feel guilty or depressed. Okay. Now, because you are air signs, you tend to be more with your head than your heart. So when things really get emotional for you, they tend to hurt a little bit more because you're just not used to leading with your heart. Let's look at your resources, your work, your job. As always, these are material aspects of your life. The High Priestess. Okay. There are some things that are not being shown to you. If it's at work, maybe there's some stuff going on and they're keeping it from you, the employees. If you are the boss, or if it's your business, you're finding that this is a time where maybe you have to keep some things private. You behind a veil, you can't show everybody your cards. But this is a card of secrecy. This is also a card of intuition. Go with your gut. So if it's a school, work, other material things, don't go in there trying to figure it out logically. What is your gut telling you? What is your gut? So best example, somebody wants you to go into a deal with them, right? Logically, it sounds good, but your gut is telling you, this doesn't feel right. So for the month of February, any kind of financial decisions, but work decisions. Trust your intuition more than your head, okay? Which is hard because once again, we are talking to you, air signs, who are always in your head, okay? So, but try to go. All right, challenges. The challenge is 9 of Swords, okay? This is a card of nightmares, concerns, stress. You can't stop thinking about things. It's never really a positive card. This is more of a negative type of card because it just gives you so much drama. So much. Let me show you again. Look, he doesn't look too happy, does he? Right? This is a card of worrying. So if you are worrying about things, this is a challenge for you. It's like, how do you get through this? How do you deal with all these things in your life that are causing you stress? So look, we were looking at trying to balance your relationships. We were looking at some secrets regarding your job or your material aspects of your life. So it seems like you got a lot going on your plate from all different sides, and the challenge is trying to deal with it and trying to get through with it, okay? Which is pretty good because the best way to deal with it is, what did our original card say? Communication is key. Maybe you need to have a conversation with these people. Maybe you need to have a conversation with and be straightforward with people and say, hey, what's really going on here? Because that seems to be the best way to deal with that 9 of Swords. Strength. Your strength is Death card in reverse, okay? Now, for those of you who are kind of new to tarot, or you really don't know, this card can be really scary. People are like, oh my God, it's a skeleton, it's the Death card. Does that mean I'm gonna die? Does that mean somebody's gonna die? Does that mean some bad shit is gonna happen? Nah, that's not what death means. Death is all about transition. It's all about change. Now, here's the thing. It's in reverse, okay? The reverse death means that there's a resistance to change, okay? There's a resistance to wanting to move forward. There's a resistance to trying something new. Now, why is that being a strength for you? It's a strength because now's not the time to make those big changes, okay? Now's not the time to make broad gestures, to make broad statements, to take on big parts of your life, right? So, the same way, like we were saying, hey, there's some hidden stuff going on here. Now's not a time to quit your job, you know? Now's not the time to start an argument with someone and potentially lose your job. Now's the time to just trust, something's going on, my gut's telling me, and let me just stay grounded. Let me just sit still. Now's not the time to shake things up, okay? So that's how the Death card can actually be a strength. It's not time for change. You got this? You still trying to figure out this stuff with people? Not time to change, okay? All right, let's see what message we have from Spirit to give you some guidance to help you through the month of February. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra, okay? Talking about you guys, aren't we? Libra, okay? Look at that. It's interesting how we got 2 air sign cards, okay? A win-win outcome is forecast. So there you go. So it's a card of positivity. The Spirit is basically telling you, hold on, okay? You got a new moon coming in. It's going to be a win-win, okay? Whatever you do, it's going to work out for you, okay? So even though say, I keep going back to this card because I have a feeling your work environment is really going to be shaken up this month, or that's where a lot of thoughts are going to be. So while you're trusting, like maybe your job is going to be selling, right, to another company, or they're going to be merged, or they're going to change departments, or they're going to offer different positions, whatever it is, okay? But they're not being upfront with you. Trust in that. Go with your intuition that things are going to work out. They're going to work out in your favor, okay? Don't go with your head. Go with your gut. Your gut's going to tell you, okay, things are going to work out. Things are going to work out for me. And, and you have confirmation that it's going to be a win-win, okay, in your favor. All right, my air signs. Enjoy the rest of the month of February. Enjoy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you in March. Bye.
Like, comment, and subscribe.